His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of Mauritania, Mohammed Wuld Sheikh Al Ghazwani, the Sheikhs and UAE guests witnessed the Union March, which began as part of the Sheikh Zayed Festival 2023 in Al Wathba, Abu Dhabi, on the occasion of the 52nd Union Day. The march was organized by the Presidential Court with the participation of all tribes from all over the UAE, and it was witnessed by their Highnesses, the Sheikhs, and senior officials in the UAE. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed greeted the tribes participating in the march, expressing pride in his people who were presenting their authentic national heritage and their pride, loyalty and patriotism. The tribes representing various emirates and regions of the UAE expressed pride and pleasure with their country's 52nd National Day and pride in the leadership of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed and their Highnesses, his brothers, the members of the Federal Supreme Council, rulers of the emirates. The people of the Emirates chanted their various authentic folk and heritage songs that expressed their authenticity and deep history. They also presented national paintings that expressed their loyalty to their country, waving the UAE flag and renewing their loyalty to the wise leadership. The Union March represents one of the main events of the Sheikh Zayed Festival and comes as part of the UAE celebrations of its National Day every year, where it is characterized by the cultural and popular diversity of its tribes as they deliver their performances in front of the main stage in Al Wathba Square. The tribes set off from the Fort Gate, raising the flags of the UAE and chanting popular songs that express their joy and pride in their country. The event included a horse show, which is a parade that includes various formations of riders displaying their horse riding skills.
لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة.
The national anthem of the United Arab Emirates.
مساك الله بالخير ابويا محمد.
الساعة الطيبة والمبروك اللي شرفتنا فيها.
غلاك في قلوبنا ما لها حدود.
مرحبا الساع من سرت لين
يا شباب يلا يلا يلا. حلو. افصل. بسرعة بسرعة ما في وقت افصل. يا سلام. يا بني. يلا والله فرق عليك فرق عليك اهرب يا حياب نام
يا الواحد الفرد السلام تحفظ لنا دار الكرام دولة الإمارات الفخر صبيان يا كبار الشيم واب الله واب هو للوطن قلب وروح حقق صعيبات الطموح وارسى على العليا صروح محمد بعيد النظر صبيان يا كبار الشيم واب الله واب بو خالد الفذ المطاع مناع رداع شجاع لما مجده له شعاع شيخ لنا سد وذخر صبيان يا كبار الشيم واب الله واب زايد بن الحصن المنيع والمنزل العالي الرفيع بالحلم والصدر الوسيع أسس لها شان وقدر صبيان يا كبار الشيم
The Deputy King, His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Agdabiya Palace. The cabinet highlighted the importance of the speech given by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa at COP28 held in Dubai, where His Majesty announced the blueprints Bahrain National Action Plan to achieve carbon neutrality. The cabinet also noted the launch of the Kingdom's National Energy Strategy, the $750 million Climate Technology Fund, as well as the establishment of the Safa platform to offset carbon emissions as part of Bahrain's participation in COP28. The cabinet commended the initiatives announced by the President of the UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, in his speech at COP28, which includes the establishment of a $30 billion fund for climate solutions worldwide, the UAE's investment of $100 billion in financing climate action, renewable and clean energy, as well as its commitment to invest an additional $130 billion over the next 7 years. The cabinet congratulated the President of the UAE on successfully hosting this important global event, wishing that the summit would bring qualitative results in mobilizing international climate action. The cabinet congratulated the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, on winning the bid to host the World Expo 2030, which reflects Saudi Arabia's prestigious international status and its continuous achievements across all fields. The cabinet then expressed its sincere wishes for the success of the 44th session of the Supreme Council of the GCC, which will be hosted by Qatar. On the occasion of the International Anti-Corruption Day, the Cabinet affirmed the importance of accountability and the adoption of initiatives that establish transparency in government work, noting the efforts of the Ministry of Interior in this regard. The Cabinet welcomed Exhibition World Bahrain winning the world's leading new Exhibition and Convention Center 2023 award at the World Travel Awards. The Cabinet affirmed the continued implementation of plans and programs to enhance Bahrain's position in organizing international tourist exhibitions and conferences. The Cabinet commended the role of the Ministry of Tourism and all relevant parties and the accomplishments and excellence achieved by Exhibition World Bahrain. The Cabinet then followed up on the procedures implemented as part of the National Health Regulatory Authority's authorization of the use of Casgevy for the treatment of patients with sickle cell disease and transfusion-dependent beta thalassemia. In this regard, the Cabinet reaffirmed Bahrain's commitment to pioneering healthcare solutions and enhancing its people's health and provide the best healthcare possible. The Cabinet then approved the following: a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Interior regarding procedures to follow up on Bahrain's commitment to the Financial Action Task Force's recommendations in preparation for the submission of the 5th Enhanced Follow-up Report to provide progress updates on Bahrain's commitment to international standards and recommendations contained in the 2018 Mutual Evaluation Report. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding a draft decision on regulating navigation permits for visiting ships in Bahraini waters for excursion, maintenance, refueling, or exhibition participation. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on a proposal to amend the draft decision to reconstitute the National Committee for Childhood. A memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture on the oversight and mechanisms of communal housing, which aims to control the process of using real estate for communal housing in a way that ensures safety and health for its users. And a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Electricity and Water Affairs on the Kafa'a program, which aims to reduce electricity consumption and carbon emissions in buildings and public and private sectors, which will be implemented on 20 government buildings. The Cabinet then reviewed the following: a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture regarding the latest developments in Bahrain's 2023 National Afforestation Plan, which is in line with Bahrain's commitments to reach carbon neutrality by 2060. And a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Electricity and Water Affairs on the latest developments in renewable energy projects. The Cabinet then noted the following ministerial reports: Bahrain's participation in the ministerial session on agriculture and food security at COP28, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in International Maritime Organization's General Assembly meeting, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in Health Day and the first Climate Health Ministerial at COP28, and the calendar of events in the Kingdom of Bahrain from December 2023 to April 2024. His Royal Highness the Deputy King Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa met with the Minister of Tourism Fatma Sayrafi and the CEO of Bahrain Tourism and Exhibition Authority Dr. Nasser Qaidi at Qadibiyya Palace. The meeting took place following Exhibition World Bahrain's winning the world's leading new exhibition and convention center 2023 award at World Travel Awards. His Royal Highness emphasized the importance of continuing efforts in the tourism sector, which is one of the priority sectors in the Kingdom's comprehensive development plan, led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. He noted the importance of adopting initiatives to enhance the Kingdom's exhibition hosting sector and its contributions to the national economy in line with the Kingdom's development plans. He commended Team Bahrain's accomplishments, expressing his gratitude to the Ministry of Tourism and BTEA and their personnel, wishing them further success. For their part, the Minister of Tourism and the CEO of BTEA expressed gratitude for His Royal Highness's commitment to further developing the vital tourism sector. Under the patronage of the representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Royal Humanitarian Foundation organized its annual forum in its 7th edition under the title My Story or Hikaiti, with the participation speakers and experts from Bahrain and the GCC. The forum witnessed the participation of 450 participants from government and private institutions, as well as high school students. His Highness Sheikh Nasser expressed thanks and appreciation to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Honorary President of the RHF, for his unlimited support to the RHF. He added that holding this event reflects the RHF's keenness to exchange experiences that contribute to developing humanitarian and social work implemented by the RHF. His Highness affirmed that the participation of a large number of people with inspiring life experiences and the competition that preceded the forum confirms their urgent desire to document the realistic experiences for generations, indicating his pride in these inspiring stories that leave behind a mark and motivate to serving the nation. His Highness expressed appreciation to the participants with enriching experiences from Kuwait and the UAE and praised the great efforts made by the competition team, the forum, and the competition committee for ensuring the success of the event. in the presence of the First Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa. The GSA and the Legislation and Legal Opinion Commission, the LLOC, signed a framework memorandum for coordination between the two sides. The signing of the agreement was witnessed by the GSA Deputy Chairman, His Highness Sheikh Salman bin Mohammed Al Khalifa, and the Deputy President of LLOC, Consultant Sheikha Maryam bint Abdul Wahab Al Khalifa. The agreement was signed by GSA CEO Dr. Abdurrahman Askar and the LLOC President Consultant Nawaf Hamza. The memorandum includes coordination and cooperation between the two sides in joint fields and the exchange of legal services. His Highness Sheikh Khalid affirmed the importance of the memorandum, which will contribute to enhancing laws, regulations and legislation, which constitute the main pillar of GSA's work for the importance of laws and regulating relations between the authority and various parties relevant to the sports system. He noted that the memorandum aims to develop legislation and introduce sports laws that must be in accordance with the local and international systems and laws to achieve sustainability and create a sports system with solid foundations. His Highness hailed LLOC's role in drafting laws for various sectors in the kingdom, including the sports sector, to achieve the interests of all the sector's affiliates. The Bahrain Airport Company launched We See Your Challenges initiative for people with invisible disabilities traveling through Bahrain International Airport on the occasion of the International Day of Persons with Disabilities in the presence of the Chairman of the Supreme Council for Health, Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa. The initiative was launched with the cooperation of the SCH and the Ministry of Health in the presence of the Chairman of the Board of Directors of Gulf Air Group Holding Company, Zaid Al-Zayani, CEO of Gulf Air Holding Company, Dr. Jeffrey Joe, and CEO of BAC, Mohammed Al Bin Falah. The SCH chairman affirmed the importance of this program, which is an important step towards achieving a society that is inclusive and accepting of different groups. He praised the cooperation between BAC and the Ministry of Health in launching this initiative. For his part, Zayani affirmed that this initiative in line with Gulf Air Group Holding Company's vision that aimed to enhance the traveling experience to Bahrain. The Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al-Zayani participated in the 158th Preparatory Ministerial Council meeting of the 44th session of the Supreme Council of the GCC. The meeting was chaired by the Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister of Qatar, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdurrahman bin Jassim Al Thani, and in the presence of the Secretary General of the GCC, Jassim Libdawi. The meeting discussed the agenda of the Ministerial Council, including the implementation of Supreme Council and Ministerial Council decisions, recommendations from ministerial committees and specialized councils, and reports from the General Secretariat on joint Gulf cooperation. They also reviewed agenda items for the Summit of Leaders of the GCC in the 44th session of the Supreme Council to be held in Doha on December 5th. The Ministerial Council emphasized the importance of strengthening joint Gulf action to achieve citizens' aspirations and preserve regional security, stability, and prosperity. The Ministerial Council discussed the latest developments in the Gaza Strip, emphasizing the GCC's support for the Palestinian people and the need for continued coordination and cooperation to stop the war. The Ministry of Information in cooperation with Gulf Radio and Television Corporation organized a training course entitled Comprehensive Radio Journalism with the participation of more than 50 media professionals from the GCC. More on this report. Based on its continuous efforts to develop media skills in the Kingdom of Bahrain and abroad, the Ministry of Information and cooperation with Gulf Radio and Television presented the Comprehensive Radio Journalism course, which focuses on radio media in the era of accelerating technological renaissance and the introduction of social media. The course presented important topics, including the basic skills of the media professional in content creation and the use of artificial intelligence, in addition to the topic of creating visual contact via smartphones and exercises to develop creative writing skills. The Comprehensive Radio Journalism course reflects the Ministry of Information's keenness to refine media capabilities and keep pace with modern changes in order to increase the competencies of workers in the media field and enhance the status of the kingdom on the regional and international levels. Bahrain Polytechnic held its first introductory conference for a vocational apprenticeship program offered in 5 specializations needed by the labor market.
The 5 programs that are starting are in motor vehicle, electrical, plumbing, welding and in air conditioning. And after today's event today, we're opening the portal for employers to employ future apprenticeships who would then come onto the programme. And the programme, as I said in my remarks earlier, 70% of the programme is delivered by industry, and 30% will be delivered by us in the Polytechnic. So it's very much a partnership between ourselves and industry and supported by Tam Keen. And in the areas that we have developed in phase one are the areas where we know there are significant job opportunities for young Bahrainis. And the whole focus here is on young Bahrainis having that opportunity to come in and be educated into a full apprenticeship with the opportunities to progress thereafter, because we've framed this onto the National Qualifications Framework at level 6. So therefore the students will have that opportunity to continue their studies up to degree level if they so wish thereafter.
The Emirates Nuclear Energy Corporation signed an MOU with the American company TerraPower, which specializes in innovation in the nuclear energy sector. The MOU was signed during COP28 by Nuclear Research and Development Vice President of ANEC, Ahmed Al-Mazrou'i, and President of CEO of TerraPower, Chris Levisk. The deal was signed by Senior Advisor Managing Director for Energy for U.S. Special Presidential Envoy for Climate, David Livingston, along with other U.S. government officials. ANEC and TerraPower will collaborate across various areas, including technical design and commercial viability, in order to provide carbon-free electricity. The fourth day of COP28 has ensured more than $2.4 billion are committed to conserving forests and oceans and to improving the lives of 1.6 billion people affected by neglected tropical diseases. Meanwhile, the first ever COP Health Day saw global donors pledge more than $777 million to help control, eliminate, and eradicate neglected NTDs from the continent of Africa. Brazil's president and the COP28 presidency announced a 2-year partnership to mobilize new resources and political support for nature on the road to COP30. Oman and Morocco signed an MOU in the field of environment and sustainable development on the sidelines of COP28. The comprehensive memorandum outlines a cooperative effort between Oman and Morocco in various environmental domains. The MOU's key areas of collaboration include climate change, energy transition, environmental governance, and the imperative for sustainable management of waste and chemicals.